Alright, that was a good look. Now, I guess we'll chat up Penny. Why the heck not? She seems to be a witness here.
Could you tell me anything about the day of the murder? Yes, I was in the studio the whole day. I was the only assistant on staff that day, you see.
Only one assistant?
Yes, well, the studios isn't doing so well right now. And yesterday was only rehearsal for our action sequences.
Oh, I see.
In the morning, we went through the action sequences in the employee area. WP and Hammer were there, along with everyone else. The employee area. That's where Powers' dressing room is, right? Yes, that's the place.
Oh, there she is. She's, catering, I guess. That's cool.
After eating lunch there, Mr. Hammer went to Studio 1. Then I saw WP go into his dressing room. But I didn't see either of them after that.
Okay, but at least we have a verification that they were there in the employee area from morning to lunch. Good stuff.
Did you know that Mr. Powers was sleeping in his room?
No, I wouldn't go in there unless I had some urgent message for him.
I mean, it's his private. What kind of a girl do you think I am?
Well, what kind? No, I'm sure you're a fine girl. Sorry. Yeah, so much for getting a confirmation of Powers' alibi.
What do we do, Nick? We haven't found anything. If WP was the only one who came to the studio, then he has to be the killer. They even have a photograph. Sorry, I know you're busy.
Not really.
Actually, there's been something bothering me. Aha! That's what I'm talking about! A clue! A lead! Well, I don't know about that, but that day, just after noon, I sensed someone was here.
You sensed?
Yes, several times.
Some other studio employees, maybe?
No, I don't think so. The only thing we had scheduled was an action scene run-through. I was the only assistant here that day. I have a feeling it was someone from outside.
Really?
But wait, if someone had come in here, wouldn't that security lady have noticed them?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sorry I don't have any better information than that.
No, thanks. That helps us a lot. Anything helps. Let's go put that security lady on the spot. Oh yeah, well, I guess we could ask about her sixth sense real quickly before we head off. And show her our items, as we always do. You never know what one of those might pop up. So you sense that someone other than the regular film crew was in the studio?
Yes, I think.
I think doesn't cut it in a witness testimony.
Nick, what about that security lady? If someone else came into the studio, she must have seen them.
Yeah, we're gonna go do that, but of course, would you like to see my lawyer's badge? My attorney's badge? Any thoughts about this?
Sorry.
I don't really want to think too much about what happened just yet. She's taking this very well, you know, look at her expression. She's not really collapsing. She really doesn't have anything to say about anything. Does she have a stopwatch hanging from her neck? Wonder what that does. Yeah, she's not really into any of our items. Fine. Yeah, these don't seem to ping stuff that often, although I'm surprised the card key got some fun interaction with both of the people here. You know, I wonder... It looks like, at least in this original Ace Attorney, there's only one person per, like, screen to talk to. They really seem to sequester these people to talk to each one. Like, Penny's in Studio 1, Gumshoe's outside here, Ms. Oldbags in the previous area. I kind of wonder... Let me just see. Nothing new to talk about, right? I kind of wonder, like, do you think, like, later series will have so you can actually talk to multiple people in one area? Or is that too high-tech? I don't know. Anyway, bye, Gumshoe. Hey, you're not gonna talk? Okay, bye. I'll just keep standing here looking at this broken samurai statue. What? You're still here? Really? You look as though you've seen a ghost. Nothing new to present here. So let's ask her about what Penny had to say. What? I saw that suspicious look on your face.
I wanted to ask you again about yesterday. You came here at 1 p.m., correct? And the estimated time of Hammer's death was 2:30. Are you sure that Powers was the only one to go through here between those times?
Sure as can be.
But we have a witness who thinks there was someone from outside here that day.
What?
Are you absolutely sure you were here watching the whole time? Ma'am?
Who was it? Who told you that? Who dares question me?
Me?
Alright, you better tell me and tell me quick, you spiky-head cretin. Someone's been complaining about the work I do, eh?
We were just talking to the assistant in Studio 1.
Her? She's not even a full-time employee. All you youngins are like that nowadays, running your mouth tomorrow saying this and that, and I knew a thing or two about respecting your elders. Shame that you youth were... She left.
Well, Nick, this is our chance to do what we can without her looking over our shoulders.
Oh, fantastic. Now you're talking. That worked really well. Making her have a tantrum allows us to get our fingers on her computer. The computer that runs the studio security cameras.
Nick, maybe we can see that photo of Powers with this computer.
Yeah, maybe. Should I try the computer?
Nah, we might accidentally open up her search history, and then we'd be like all... Let's try it.
Okay, let's give it a try.
You know how to work these things, Nick?
Looks like I just have to enter in a few numbers. Let's see. First, I need the date of the murder. It looks like the camera turned on at 1 p.m. that day. 1 o'clock. That was when the security lady arrived at the guard station.
Please enter the number of the security camera. Oh, fuck. This is what I talked about last time, is I remember the mnemonic about the ST1, because that's the name of the gas pumps here in Finland, but they all have ST1 on them. Farg. I think 307, what? No, 370, was it? 307, 3... I think 370. Let's go.
There! Entered.
Nothing happened.
Huh? Maybe I got the number wrong.
Maybe we should go look at that camera again?
No. It's the middle one then. God damn. I should have tried to memorize the number after all. 307, that's the one.
There, entered.
Hey! It printed out the data for that day.
Let's see what we got.
Booyah! There we go. Aha! Exactly what I was suspecting all along, elementary.
Huh?
How is this a picture of Will Powers?
Well, he is the one who always wears that suit. I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him.
I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence.
Yep, Gumshoe was also grouching about it.
Huh? Something's printed on the back.
Huh? October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2.
2 p.m.,
What does that mean?
Maybe there's more photo data from that day?
Nope, that's the only one in the computer.
Powers photo added to the court record. Taken at the gate between the entrance and the studios. October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2. Oh no, I've blanked out my mind on, like, what the times were. At 1 p.m., Jack Hammer went into the studio. At 2:30, he was found dead. Or the murder happened at 2:30. I can't remember if they ever said what the time was that, quote-unquote, Mr. Powers, quote-unquote, went into the studio.
Hey, Nick! Can't we use this photo as evidence for the trial?
Yeah,
We'll put that security lady in her place with this.
Right. We'll put her in her place.
Hey, that's what I said. Anyway, let's show her this photo and see what she says.
wait, let's not.
Why not?
It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon.
Yeah, exactly. If we spring this on her in the court, she's gonna be all blah, 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 and she'll probably screw up even further. If we show it to her now, she's gonna think up something. Well, she'll have a chance to think up something for the trial.
Nick, you're craftier than I gave you credit for. Why, you could be the next evil magistrate.
Hey, why do I have to be the villain?
Relax, it was just a joke. So, are we done for today?
Looks like we are. We didn't even get a yes or no.
I think this photo is what we needed for the trial.
You know, on one hand, it feels a little bit hand-holdy that they're like, hey, use this at a trial that's coming. You know, just like I, complained about Ghost Mia showing up and telling us what to do. But I feel like in this case, it's so goddamn obvious, especially when they call out that that's no proof that that's Will Powers. It's so goddamn obvious that you're supposed to use this that might as well actually speak about it. That's not gonna really hurt. I don't know what kind of person wouldn't realize, oh, yeah, well, I mean, this is perfect evidence. We can use this in the court, like, without it being called out. Like, I don't know who would be ruined by that, so I'm gonna be cool with that for now.
Still, it'd be better if we had some idea who the real killer was. Maybe it really is that security lady?
Wow, those were some long sleeves. Or long pants legs on those trousers. You saw how they were dragging there? My goodness. Let's put in a save, why don't we? Hooyah! We have a little bit more episode time here. Oh, shy of 20 minutes actually, so let us carry on. Oh boy, are we in the courtroom now? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. October 18th. Edgeworth! Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Now, hold on, which day is this? Okay, so we were there the day after the murder, so that was October 16th. So now this is 2 days after that. Fair enough. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Well, I guess that answers my question. I was wondering, we fought Edgeworth so early in this series, which, again, also I feel like he should have been the final challenge. I was wondering, well, who are we gonna face off now after all the hype for Edgeworth? Who are we gonna face off in court now? Well, it's Edgeworth again. All right then. Honestly, like I said, the victory felt a little bit hollow last time, since Mia stepped in there from the spirit realm and bailed us out, so this would be cool if we could now get a more clean win against Edgeworth, so let's go. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well, I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. What about the evidence, though? Are we going to talk about that? Well, alright, the judge says what the judge wants, so let's go then. Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Oh, here we go again with Gumshoe. Oh no, I'm gonna feel so bad about this again. We're gonna have to bust his ass again. Oh. Poor Gumshoe. Detective, if you could briefly describe this case to the court.
Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studios, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day.
So why do they talk about the studio being to the left of the gate and the employee area to the right when the main gate is facing like what? I'm really confused.
Past the security station, there's a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station.
Oh! So at noon, he went there, Jack Hammer. And at 1 p.m., that's when Oldbag got there. So there was an entire hour when someone else could have shown up. And why was there no photo of him? Because I bet Oldbag deleted it because she was like, ooh, this is embarrassing. Aha! I've got this case all worked out. Now let's hope that I'm not running after a false lead and I box myself in a corner and ruin everything by getting this idea. Oh well, let's carry on.
Now jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon.
Now, on the other hand, who wasn't the... If someone snuck in earlier, then who was in the samurai costume? It is confusing. Yeah, Okay, so I don't know all the facts yet, but I'm seeing a picture here of what might be going on. So I think the fact that there was an hour between Hammer going through and Oldbag showing up, that's going to be incredibly critical, I feel like. Just like the picture of Powers, quote-unquote Powers, is going to be critical as well, and probably something else that I'm forgetting at the moment, but I'll... Oh yeah, the key card, of course. So these 3 things, I think we're going to have to build our attack on those 3 facets. The key card, the hours difference in Ms. Oldbag being at the station, and the picture not actually being a picture necessarily of Mr. Powers. So, yeah. Gumshoe, you may continue.
That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again?
Should I listen to that whole thing again? I think we're good.
I think I can probably remember that.
There's a lot to remember there, I'll admit that. There's more than the previous one, so this is definitely, in a video game sense, a spike in difficulty. Not a spike, an increase in difficulty in like challenging you more than the previous one in terms of just remembering these factoids. But now that I've pinned down these 3 facts, I think I can handle this, so let's carry on.
So the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval.
Oh, cool. The spear is now in our court record as well. The spear was found stuck in the chest of the victim. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see?
Understood.
Let's call the security officer to the stand. Hey, we didn't have to bust Gumshoe. Nice. And I don't think he said anything bustable anyway. This is all good. We got, 10 more minutes of episode time? Let's see if we can... We'll see how long this goes. We might be able to chop Old Bag for something already. We'll see. Will the witness declare her name? My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Ooh, those are some doll eyes. Ooh. Your name, please. Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please.
Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names.
Oh yeah, wasn't it, where were we? Someone else was also just completely stuck on this as well, and Edgeworth was also having a meltdown. This is promising for us that Edgeworth is melting down like this so early in the case. Good stuff.
Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So just call me Grandma. So when I was young, I was an old bag. Well, not really. Still have the children make fun of me and believe it, but there was this boy, the captain of the chess club in junior high. He called me an old bag, and I cried and cried. Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness.
Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand.
I was just getting to the good part, dearie.
Perhaps we can get to the testimony.
Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct?
Yes, see, I was.
And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you.
You know your stuff, dearie.
You may begin your testimony.
Now let's listen in close, fellas.
She sure is one hell of an old bag.
Phoenix, what the heck does that even mean? What? Ugh. I don't know how to feel about that one. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5 o'clock. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me, because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. That is correct. That's the time on this photo, so that's all good. And also, of course, the time of the murder is indeed 2:30, so we're not busting her on that. That's fine. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio.
You saw the defendant, then? Very well, let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, it looks like the photo is the easiest one to bust her on, where she goes, "It was Mr. Powers." And I guess we could press, because I don't know, there's no, item I could present to, bust her on the 1 p.m., 12 p.m. thing. So I'm not gonna... I don't think I will lay on that yet. I think the photo on the Mr. Powers claim is the safe one here. We're a little short on time, but let's do this one round of testimony, I guess, for today. Then we'll wrap up, guys, or something like that. Let's press her at least a little bit. So I do want to press her on this because it doesn't add up, so let's get some early heat on this.
So, up until that time, anyone who wanted to could go into the studio.
Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You'd need an employee card key to get in.
Right, the card key that I have. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in.
Aha, okay, so I guess my theory is falling apart a little bit. But I think the fact that there was a photo 2 means that there was a photo 1 snapped before 2 o'clock. If it was between 1 and 12, and if Old Bag deleted it because she was embarrassed, it still means somebody was there. Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived at the guard station? Okay, I don't doubt that. This is... Man, that's... Look, if you go... Well... That's a suspicious stutter right away, so I'm gonna press her on this. What kind of errands? Especially her vagueness about the whole thing. You know, you gotta get her on this. Oh, well, you know.
Answer the question.
Oh, cool. Actually, pressing her on this gets us something. Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers. Observing, you know. Yeah, I was thinking about that. In these flashbacks, she's been invisible in the background. making an impression on Edvard Munch's The Scream. Ooh, could I audition for the Edvard Munch biopic by any chance? I could be the person in the painting. But yeah, that you know, that actually makes sense. Yeah, like errands. What time would she have to do errands if she was watching this?
Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station?
Whippersnapper! I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job.
I'm not sure your boss would see it that way.
Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. Never missed one in all my years.
Wow! I want to see a Steel Samurai run-through too. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty.
Not a bad idea.
Wow, okay. I'm gonna press her on this again, just for hexes.
Did you see the victim then?
Did I see poor old Hammer?
Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Oh shit, you know, I just realized that photo number 1, it could just be Mr. Hammer. He'd have to walk past the camera, so the camera would take a photo of Mr. Hammer as well. Ah, okay, so maybe I'm starting to doubt my own suspicion, my own wild theory. I'm starting to doubt it a little bit. We'll keep it in the back burner, but I think there's also a lot of holes in it now that I'm looking at it, so... The photo we have now is the safe bet, so yeah. Tell us what happened next. I was at the main gate from then until 5. I'm not gonna doubt her on that, that's fine. And that's true as well? I'm not gonna doubt that as well. Let's try this, just for hexes.
2 o'clock? You're sure?
Sure as spit.
Well, who was the man?
Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something. Now, don't get your skivvies all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio.
Really now? Okay, because I've got this right here.
Let me get this straight, old bag. Mrs. Oldbag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you?
Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly?
None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo-Old Tokyo. Ms. Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course! Didn't your mama teach you any sense, sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right?
No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder.
True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
Okay, I love whenever everyone gets a shocked face on the witness stand. They're always amazing in this.
I knew that. I wasn't born yesterday.
No one in this court is accusing you of that, Ms. Witness.
Oh my god, Judge, wow. Well, I guess 2 old guys are allowed to go back and forth on the old people shade there. She did already throw some at the judge, so for sure. He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently.
However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Huh, nosy old man.
Of course I have proof.
Uh-oh, even the music cut out.
What? Even Edgeworth is surprised?
I was about to say the same thing. Like, what? The witness can't throw in surprise curveballs like this. The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time.
How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me, "This isn't any good as evidence, pal." He didn't even give it a second look.
Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good.
Let's hear about your proof, then.
Okay, I've done this several times now. We've listened to one testimony and then we've ended at a cross-examination cliffhanger. So I guess, on the other hand, that gives me a week's time to forget all the important facts. On the other hand, it's a good cliffhanger, and it also gives us time to ruminate on this last testimony. So let's listen to this testimony and call it for today, then, guys. So let's talk about the man in the photo. I'm the man in the pic.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad.
Really? I don't remember. Did Mr. Powers himself say anything about a sprained ankle? You'd think he'd have mentioned this. I don't...
Now, look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as a day.
Oh, that explains his weird... I was saying... Didn't I say this a second ago? That was like weirdly long pants legs. Part of me thought maybe it's just the style of those fancy, billowy, roby pants. But right, okay, maybe it's him dragging a leg.
That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
Actually, both of them look like they're dragging, so...
So he had sprained his ankle. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
She's gonna be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Yes, I have to admit myself, none of that sounded like, anything that I could throw evidence at. There's nothing about sprains here. So definitely, it sounds like next time we are gonna have ourselves a regular old good old-fashioned press fest. But that'll all be for next time, so I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is a great case, I think. I love the vibe of this case here. So far it's been really fun, the mystery, the premise, everything. So I'm absolutely enjoying this. Don't you worry that the ending of case 2 might have maybe worried me up. That was just a setback for a moment. I'm in on this. So next time, let's try and bust this old lady up. Why did I say that? That sounds awful. I'm sorry. Goodbye.